And welcome back to A Shitload of Sports. I am co-host Joe Pietaro with Keefus in the wet spot again. And Keefus, we did the NL West a few days ago.
We're passing through the Mountain Time Zone, eastbound, and we're going to the Central Time Zone, which used to be as far west as you got.
Yes.
Kansas City and St. Louis was as far west as you got until 1957.
When New Yorkers' hearts were broken times two.
By Walter O'Malley and Harry Stoneham.
Yes.
And they wanted to stone him.
Yes, they did.
From Coogan's Bluff to the Battery to Pigtown in Brooklyn.
Oh, Pigtown. That's where Ebbets Field was built in 1913.
That's right. All right, well, let's start right up with the NL Central. And we're going to start with the 2016 World Series champion Chicago Cubs.
North Side.
Northsiders.
I've been at Wrigley Field in the North Side.
The Northsiders had a down year last year. Who knows if it was a hangover from the World Series? Probably, the way that they drink in Chicago, and rightfully so.
Great places to party over there.
Oh, I've never been there.
Tipped a few back. We're going to talk about Chicago. Our trip there in June.
Oh.
Not on the air.
Ooga. Catcher, they have Wilson Contreras. Excellent catcher. Yeah. Great offense. First base, Anthony Rizzo,
amazing ball player.
Stud ball player. Great hitter, lefty. Great player for that
too.
Field.
Yeah.
Second base, they're going with their superstar rookie, Javier Baez. This was the guy that was supposed to be untouchable when he was coming up. Okay. You know, when they were trading, the Yankees traded Aroldis Chapman to him.
They took him. He wasn't part of it.
He wasn't part of the deal. They wanted Javier Baez. Third base, Chris Bryant, another all-star, superstar.
Humble kid, too.
The worst player on the infield is Addison Russell, and he's excellent, too.
Yeah.
You know, he's not that great of a hitter, but he's excellent fielding.
Maybe they can bring back Ivan De Jesus.
Ivan De Jesus.
He's very good shortstop for many years in the 80s.
Well, they'd have to bring...
Traded for Larry Boa then.
They would have to get Keith Moreland to be catcher. Yeah, or Damon Berryhill.
Oh! This is bringing back such good memories. I love baseball.
This is like Joe breaking out his Fleer baseball cards.
Smelling like that cardboard sugar gum.
Oh, that gum.
Need him, got him.
I never bled like I've bled from chewing gum like that. Cause it would cut the inside of your gums like
it was
a razor blade.
Fucking the corners.
Oh.
You had to almost snap it. I need it.
I don't know what hurt me more, that or the frozen fucking piece of gum on the end of a Buffalo Bill nose. That's got that hard ball. Don't get Buffalo Bill if you go to Mr. Softy because that gum will break your teeth.
SpongeBob with the eyes. My kid used to like that when he was little. My son and my daughter both.
We had... but that was before growing up. I had Fat Frog. Remember, Fat Frog was a frog with two chocolate chip eyes.
I was probably...
Yeah. You were getting snow cones?
I was probably getting blowjobs then.
Oh, you were better than me then.
Keefus is younger than I am.
Left field. They have Kyle Schwarber, who may get a couple of rounds behind the plate, but he's been a stud.
Well, a little bit of a butcher out there, but he's a hitter though. At left field, he's they're not worried about his fielding.
Right field, they have Jason Hayward. Ian Happ is playing center field for them.
That's a good outfield.
Yeah, they also have Ben Zobrist, who as a super utility guy. So again, probably one of the best offensive setups in all of baseball.
Yeah,
starting pitcher they have Yu Darvish, John Lester.
New pickup Darvish, yeah.
Yeah, Jose Quintana, Kyle Kendricks, and Tyler Chatwood. That's excellent.
Darvish was I don't know. I mean, a lot of people think, all right, he was a big name, and then he got hurt. He had some injury issues with the Rangers, and then he didn't do so good in the playoffs with the Dodgers last year as a late season pickup.
No.
So, I mean, which Yu Darvish did the Cubs get? The good one or the one that was lousy?
In fact, he did terrible in the World
fucking
Series.
Hammered, yeah. So, I still think it's a good pickup. I mean, they're another team that had Zamarja at one time, so they obviously replace people that leave, and they decide to go with Darvish.
Their relievers are excellent: Steve Cishek, Justin Wilson, Pedro Strop, Mike Montgomery, Brandon Morrow is their closer. If I see any issue on this team, I see
middle relief.
No, other than
back end of the rotation,
senior leadership. Other than Jason Hayward, there's no real. I mean, but they've won already. I mean, when they won, they had the likes of.
What was the catcher? The old guy.
David.
Copperfield.
David Justice. No, the guy that did Dancing with the Stars. What the hell is his name? His name's. Anyway, he was.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What the hell was his name?
I'm drawing a blank.
He was a Red Sox for a long time. They brought him on the team. No. Anyway, so the only bump in the road I could see is maybe that they could use a crafty veteran to come in there, clubhouse guy, but maybe Jason Hayward's that guy.
Hayward's been around. He's on the Braves and stuff. He's moved around. They seem to like him there. Yeah, but I mean, you look at Rizzo, Bryant, and Schwarber. These guys, they're the ones that their experience in that great fucking World Series run is going to pay off in now years coming up. They got mature fast,
right?
And they got used
Javi
to
Baez. Addison Russell was there, but Javi Baez and Ian Happ guys coming up. I think that they're going to have to learn from the younger guys.
Happ was another guy they were very high on also.
Right.
So yeah,
so
Cubs they're solid.
It's their division to lose, in my opinion. Their division to lose.
Yeah.
So let's go east a little bit, and let's go to the oldest baseball team in the history of baseball, the Cincinnati Red Stockings.
Red Stockings, 1869, right? First professional baseball team.
Yes. I don't think they're going to be a good baseball team this year.
No, it's not 1869, and they're not the only team around.
But the problem is they have one of the best all-around players, first baseman Joey Votto.
Yeah, he can fucking hit that ball a ton, man.
Canada's own Joey Votto.
Oh.
But going around the infield, they have Tucker Barnett behind the plate, Joey Votto's at first, Scooter Gannett's at second, Eugenio Suarez is at third, Jose Peraza.
Not a heck of a lot going on.
Scooter Gannett's a quality player, Joey Votto's an all-star.
Yeah.
Other than that, Adam Duvall's in left field, Billy Hamilton very fast, a la Lonnie Smith, Vince Coleman in center field.
Now, is this the same Billy Hamilton that's been around forever? No, right?
No.
Okay.
He's only been around about 3-4 years.
All right, because the Reds had a Billy Hamilton years ago who was like a journeyman outfielder.
No. He came up through their system.
Yeah. Okay.
He steals about 60 bases a year. Ideally, you want him to steal close to 100.
The game is so different now.
Do that anymore.
It's strange.
Scott Schlieber will be in right field for them. Starting pitchers, here's an old name you haven't heard in a while. Homer Bailey is their number one starter.
Now, he was supposed to be like the fucking ace of this team for decades, and then I know he had some injuries early on when he first came up, but he's still kicking around with the Reds. Good. I like to see that.
Their second starter, who was hurt last year, he's supposed to be very good. He's the Paisano. He was Anthony DiScalfani.
I'm rooting for him. Only against the Mets, I won't.
Yeah. Luis Castillo, Brandon Finnegan, who's a quality starter. He's put together some decent starts, and Robert Stevenson closes out their starters.
Robert Louis Stevenson, by any chance?
No,
not the author.
Not the author, no. Relief pitchers, Michael Lorenzen, David Hernandez, Jared Hughes, Kevin Shackelford, Wandy Peralta, Raziel Iglesias, their closer. They're not...
there's nothing there.
There's not much there as far as talent goes to be able to compete in this division.
Second division team.
Yeah, they're definitely not a contender. So that being said, let's keep it moving.
Keep it on.
Let's head all the way over to back up north, and let's go to Harvey's Wallbangers. Let's go talk about the Brew Crew, who made the playoffs last year.
Yeah, that's a surprise, right?
Yeah, they were a wild card team, but they didn't pull it off. Catcher, they have Manny Pina with Stephen Vogt backing up. Manny Pina is a rookie. Stephen Vogt is a guy that's been around a while. First base, they're putting Ryan Braun from the outfield to first base, and which is going to take bats away from Eric Timms, who had a hot start last year, hit 30 home runs by the All-Star break, but kind of only hit 38 for the rest of the season.
They wish they were back in the American League kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Braun is nothing without the steroids.
Without his 1600 test.
Yeah,
That's what he was. He was 1600 or
so was
something like
I.
that.
And I don't swing a bat.
Yeah.
But he really, I mean, MVP.
That's not what I heard at night.
No, I take the bat. He was an MVP, but then once he popped with the juice and all of that, he has not been the same player since then.
Yeah.
Definitely a huge decline for
definite decline. Jonathan VR plays second for them. They have a lot of National League players, guys that could play all the field, because Jonathan VR could play second or play outfield.
Yeah, you need that versatility in the end.
Travis Shaw's the third baseman. He's quality. Orlando Arcia's their shortstop. They picked up Christian Yelich from Miami, so he's going to be starting for them in left field over...
a decent player, yeah.
Lorenzo Cain, former Royals in center field for them. And Domingo Santana is their right fielder. Their starting pitching is a bit. Zach Davies... Julius Chassin, Chase Anderson, Yvonne Gallardo, and Wade Miley. That's not a bad staff.
No, not today.
That's not a bad staff.
Yeah.
And Corey Nebel is their closer. Matt Albers is and Boone Logan are in their bullpen. Jeremy Jeffries. So
Boone Logan was a Yankee.
Boone Logan was a Yankee. Yeah. They're not. Depending on the way the ball bounces, which is what baseball is all about, I think that they can compete for the division, but I just think the Cubs are that much better. The Cubs might win 100 games this year.
Yeah.
The Brewers can win 90,
yeah.
But how does that match up with the rest of the wild card situation? You can win 90 games and not make the wild card. I mean, that sucks, but it's not as bad as the 93 San Francisco Giants that won 101 and lost the division to the Braves at 103.
Oh, that was a fucking great race, man. Yeah.
Remember that?
That was pre-wild card days.
Yeah. That was the year right before the wild card, the year before the strike, and then the year, that was the last year without the wild card.
Yeah, because the Yankees made the 94 strike, and then 95, the Yankees were the wild card in the AL. Yes, that was...
Cincinnati Reds were the wild card in the NL.
Yes, you're right. Didn't they barely make it themselves?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. We're dating ourselves here.
Yeah.
What else we got here? So that's
the
Milwaukee. They'll be they're not going to be a bad team. They're above 500. How much above 500 remains to be seen.
Now let's go with the always competitive Cardinal way St. Louis Cardinals.
Thorn in every Mets side.
1987. If the Cardinals don't win that division, the Mets possibly repeat as World Series champions.
Potential dynasty thwarted because of Terry Pendleton
and Whitey Herzog.
Yeah, well, listen, they deserved it. They had a great team, St. Louis.
I heard Herzog had a big hog. I heard he was a big man in all ways.
Like Forrest Tucker from F Troop. He was,
and like Robert Fuller, the pro wrestler.
Yes, they were said to have a baby's arm holding an apple.
Milton Berle.
Yes, that one too.
Catching is the perennial Hall of Famer, Yadier Molina. Hits bombs in Chase Stadium.
I was in the fucking auxiliary press box when that fucking ball, that whole game, but I had a very good look at that ball. I had a great look at the fucking Andy Chavez fucking home run saving catch, because the alternate press box was down the left field line. That was basically parallel with the fucking wall.
Wow.
And I had a great look at that. Very tough fucking ending of that game. But yes, Yadier hit the home run, the winning home run.
Yes.
Yep.
Matt Carpenter plays first for them. Excellent player, plays all different positions. Colton Wong. Great name, by the way, Colton Wong.
How does that work out?
Great name. He's second base. He's a quality second baseman. Jed Yorko plays third. Decent hitter. Had about 25, 30 home runs last year. Shortstop is Paul DeJong. Left field is Marcelo Osuna. Center field, Tommy Pham. And right field is Dexter Fowler. Quality players. I mean, there's no Giancarlo Stanton there. There's no Mike Trout there, but these guys are ball players.
Isn't that how the Cardinals always do good, though?
Pretty much.
They don't have, like, a big guy. They have all of these, like, role kind of guys, and they just gel all the time. And they're always a contender for a playoff spot.
Their staff, Carlos Martinez, Michael Waka Waka, Adam Wainwright, who's suffered an injury.
10-day DL, so he should
Luke
be
Weaver
all right.
and Miles Mikolas is closing.
Not a good staff right there. It's not
Luke
like
Weaver is getting a lot of looks, fantasy-wise, because of his potential of what he could do this year. Decent relief pitchers, Brett Cecil, Bud Norris, Matt Bowman, Tyler Lyons, Luke Gregerson is their closer. So they are quality all the way around. Nothing knocks your socks off. Nobody that you say, wow, that guy's superstar.
Yeah, but that's kind of how they fucking work.
Yeah. So let's. The last team is going to be the Buccos, the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I feel bad for Pirate fans.
Yeah, they had a great shot at some point.
Just can't afford to pay players.
Yeah,
even when the ones they
bring up. And that's another stadium that's supposedly gorgeous. Never been there.
Drove by it on the way to Heinz Field for the AFC Championship game in 2009.
Well, it's right next door, right?
Not right next door, but kind of close-ish by. It was so cold I couldn't. It was hard to even look out the window, and this was during the day. Imagine on the ride home that night.
Yeah.
Cold.
Your dick was in your belly, I know.
Yes.
Crawls up there.
I wish it could have been in my mouth, but not that flexible anymore.
So catching their former Yankee Francisco Cervelli, Elias Diaz is their backup. Josh Bell plays first base, no relation to Jay Bell, a former
Jay Bell
shortstop there.
Glasses.
Yeah. Second base is Josh Harrison. Third base David Freese, former Cardinal World Series hero.
Yeah, Freese, he's still around.
Yeah, Jordy Mercer is their shortstop. Left field Corey Dickinson. Starling Marte plays center field. Gregory Polanco plays right field. Not bad, but again, competing against what's in the Central.
Not gonna do anything.
Starting pitcher Ivan Nova, former Yankee.
Yeah, I like Nova.
Yeah, Trevor Williams, Jameson Taillon, John Musgrove, Chad Kuhl. Nobody knocks your socks off there. Felipe Riviero is their closer. Kyle Crick, AJ Schugel, Michael Feliz, George Contos are their relief pitchers.
That's going to be a AAA train all year long.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Spot starters and
So
Pirates are, back to the old Pirates after they had a couple of years where they actually made the playoffs.
Yeah, this isn't Bill Matlock, Johnny Ray, Willie Stargell, Omar Moreno.
We Are Family.
No,
it's not that at all. And it's
basically
this is a team that has to take flyers on guys. So I think like a team like the Pirates should have signed a Tin Lincecum instead of the Rangers actually signed them. I know the Yankees were looking at him as well. But see, they have to, like when they brought back who's the lefty from the fucking Twins that blew his fucking arm out? Santana, not Santana, the other guy. Whatever. He came back with the Pirates and then he reestablished his career and he's still pitching. So they need to do reclamation projects like that. 1-year deals on veterans.
They should look into Scott Kazmir just got released.
That's
the guy they should look into.
For a team like this. Throw him out there and he had nothing to lose.
Minor league or minimum major league deal and see what he can give you.
I love Scott Kazmir. I still wish the Mets fucking kept him. I think he would have had a much better career. Injury may have happened anyway. But
the Pirates.
Kent
Colvey, where have you gone?
Yes. Yeah. No more of that good stuff with the Pirates. So they'll be a basement dweller. All right, so what do we feel about this division as far as who's going to win it?
I see the Cubs in no wild card.
I say Cubs, and I say Cardinals wild card. Just a gut on St. Louis. I think they're going to have one of those years. They'll bounce back a little bit. I think they'll make a deal or two to pad that roster a little bit. It didn't sound good coming out of Keith's mouth to me, but I'm going to stick with the gut feeling of just sneaking in as a wild card, the second wild card team, not the first.
Big cock coming out of my mouth didn't sound good?
Yeah, actually it did. We're going to go after this. No, so that's the Central, basically. We both agree on the Cubbies, and I like St. Louis more than Keith does. Keith, I think, feels that the Brewers will be ahead of them, the way it made it sound.
Yeah, I think the Brewers still have a decent team.
I think the Brewers will be hanging around. They'll be one of those teams that you're still looking at in August, maybe the first week in September. But I think when it's said and done, the Cardinals will take that wild card spot.
I understand. That's I can see that, but I just think that the Cubs are going to run roughshod, in my opinion.
I think they'll win this division fairly easy. They'll win it going away. But that is going to do it for the NL Central. And there was one division left, the one that I have my eye on the most as a New York Metropolitan follower. So we will see you back on that episode of A Shitload of Sports. For Keefus, I am Joe Pietaro. We'll see you next time.
See you then.